Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Steve, and this is Go Blue Uncut when we smoke and talk Michigan football. So let's get into it. So yesterday was day one of the NFL Combine, a combine in which a record 18 players were invited from the University of Michigan. Go Blue. And yesterday was featuring the D tackles and linebackers, and which I believe Michigan sent six of those with KRIS Jenkins, Jalen Harrell, um, Mike Barrett, Brady McGregor, and Junior Colston. And out of those players that were invited, far as the D tackles and linebackers, the only ones that really participated fully was KRIS Jenkins, the D tackle, senior D tackle, Michigan captain, 6'3", 299 pounds, ran a 4.9 in the 40, 30-inch vertical. Didn't look too bad. Didn't look too bad. Couple scouts have him going in the probably late the first, um, early second round. Got 29 reps on the bench press. And honestly, I thought he was going to do more than that. So they kind of caught me off guard. But it's kind of a slender D tackle, not as big as Amazi Smith was as far as a run stopper up the middle. But he's one of them guys, like he said, he's high energy, willing to do whatever to get the job done, man. So one of the all-time Michigan greats, KRIS Jenkins, like I said, 4'9" in the 40, 6'3", 299 pounds. Uh, Father played in the NFL. Uncle played in the NFL. Um, like I say, most scouts have him as a top 5 defensive tackle. So we'll see how that goes. Then Jalen Harrell, the outside linebacker, edge rusher, whatever you want to call him, 6'4", 250 pounds. He did the vertical jump, which he did a 37-inch vertical and a 9'2" broad jump. And outside of those two, ain't nobody else participate. I knew Brady McGregor was dealing with injury issues during the season. I haven't really saw anything saying he wasn't going to participate. But also, I knew Junior Colston, dealing with hand issues at the end of the season. It was already stated that he wasn't going to be participating in the combine. He, just like most of these guys, I believe they probably going to wait to their pro days. So, like I said, man, day one, not too much really hit on far as the D tackles and linebackers. KRIS Jenkins, 4'9", 40. Hopefully didn't do as much as I thought he was going to do on the bench press. I thought he was going to be close to 40, to be honest. So, Jalen Harrell, 6'4", 250. It's kind of a weird 250 because you see him, he looked like a receiver, man. Kind of, he do got his height, but far as he's not really big, but so it'll be interesting to see what he does at the pro day. But and out of these, players that as far as the D tackles and linebackers, I'm gonna be honest, salute to the guys that's in the invites, at the combine this year. But far as impact, players, the impact players really came back another year. Basically, what I'm saying, as far as defense, far as defense goes, as far as defensive tackles and linebackers, the playmakers came back for another season. So it could be a record far as back-to-back years, how many players Michigan have at the combine because, you know, KRIS Jenkins, like I say, some people have him late first round, second round. But outside of him, Junior Colston could surprise some people at his pro day, by running a good 40 and probably raise his stock. But it's really not too many impact players on the defense at this combine. Whether they do good in the league, that's another thing. But far as them going from college, their impact, they were great players. But far as D tackles, Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant, long as everything go as planned, no crazy injuries and no setbacks, those dudes are going to be bona fide top 15, 20 picks easily. Mason Graham, ever since the dude was a freshman, he's been – so that's going to be another video. I don't want to get into too much of that right now, man, because the defense next year excites me more. But far as playmakers at the combine right now, defense tackles and linebackers, I feel KRIS Jenkins can be surprisingly a factor early on as a rookie. I won't be surprised if it take him a little while longer. Braden McGregor as a wild card. I think he came into Michigan suffering a torn ACL in high school. So he was a top 5 defensive end coming out of high school, but tore his ACL, took a while to get going. And the last year or so, it's been kind of a rotation thing. So he stepped up in big games, but he hasn't had that Aiden Hutchinson, Kwity Paye type impact where it's like he's a bona fide stud. But he could surprise some people. I think he got the talent and potential to surprise some people. He's tall, got a little size on him. But 6'5", 257. So he did have 2 sacks against Bama. And I remember watching that game saying that Braden McGregor just got paid. Because, to be honest, the way it was not a defensive tackle that played more than 30 snaps, I believe, 33 snaps in a game this year. So these players, Jalen Harrell, McGregor, KRIS Jenkins, these dudes are kind of fresh. They don't got too much wear and tear on their body. They wasn't, to be honest, when the game was on the line, it was mostly the underclassmen out there as far as defensive tackles go. So I say Braden McGregor, tall, kind of got a little size, probably need to get a little stronger. Maybe in 3 years can be an impact player, but as far as impact rookie, I don't see it. None against him, just giving my honest take on the combine. Linebackers, Junior Colston, Mike Barrett. Junior Colston's a tricky one because, he kind of had a great year, but I was on him a lot throughout the year. Then come to find out he'd been dealing with hand injuries, both his hands. So I don't know if that's going to affect his combine. I mean, his draft stock. I was surprised he came out. I think he definitely could have probably benefited from returning, from 225 team or 2014. But he was the first player on defense to enter the draft. That kind of surprised me, but he has all the tools. He has all the tools to be a beast at middle linebacker. 6'2", 240. I believe he's going to run every bit of a 4-4. He's going to be 4-4, maybe low 4-5, but the bench press is going to be a big thing because when you finish the season with 2 casts on your hand, it can't be good. So hopefully he has that taken care of behind him. But I believe he has the potential to be a first year starter on somebody's team. But we have to see how does the hand injuries hold up. Mike Barrett, he's a tricky one as well. Came to Michigan, 6-year player. Came to Michigan kind of as a hybrid safety linebacker. He was supposed to be replacing Jabril Peppers in that Viper position that was kind of had a boom for a while, but kind of faded away. And so he put on some weight, moved to middle linebacker, and he was a beast. He was a motherfucking beast, man. 5'11", 233. He's one of those guys opposite of the D lineman where they didn't take on a lot of reps. He's a 6-year player and he played a lot, and so I feel it's kind of tricky because just like Khalid Hudson, he has the same type build where I was like, well, he's a great Michigan linebacker, but I don't see it transferring to the NFL. And as lately, shout out to my man Nathan, representing the Commanders. Khalid Hudson has been balling. So I feel Mike Barrett can be that. Maybe he started off on special team somewhere. He's going to be on somebody's team. He's going to be on somebody's team. So, like I said, KRIS Jenkins, maybe, first, maybe second round player. Maybe take some 2 or 3 years to develop. So I don't think too many, especially right now. I think next year it changes, but Mozzie Smith didn't have the type of impact as a rookie. So I don't think it matters that much, but teams look at that. And when you have a team where it was so many dominant pieces to where it's like, well, maybe he was just a part of that piece, or was the piece. And so with KRIS Jenkins, I don't think too many teams go waste a first or second round pick on a player that's going to probably take 3 years to develop. Because I believe he's going to be a great defensive lineman, but I still think he need to put on about 10, 15 pounds of muscle. Like, I'm not saying he can beat Aaron Donald, but the dude's a freak. He's one of those D linemen that he's not as big, but he's strong as far as football field strength. He was taking on some big boys and moving some dudes around. And he's good sideline to sideline. So, but yeah, so it's interesting to see what those dudes going to do at the pro day. Junior Colston, I think out this bunch right here, Junior Colston has the most upside out of the linebackers and D tackles. Today it's the DBs and tight ends, I believe. And I saw earlier that Mikey Singerstell, Mr. Motherfucking Mikey Go Blue, ran a 4.47, which is dope. So tomorrow, hopefully I can get a video in. Him and Josh Wallace, the transfer from UMass, who was a major pickup. Dude balled out, man. He's definitely, he's gonna make somebody's team. He probably don't get drafted, within the first 3 rounds. I ain't see his 40 yet, but I'll do a video tomorrow talking about it. AJ Barner, one of the tight end to transfer from Indiana, he's probably doing the 40 today. But so like I say, Mikey already did his, did a 4.47, so that was pretty cool. But yes, that's what it is, man. Like I say, D tackles, linebackers went first day of the combine. KRIS Jenkins, the senior captain, ran a 4.9 in the 40, 29 on the bench press. Junior Colston didn't participate. Mike Barrett didn't participate, or neither did Braylon McGregor didn't participate. Jalen Harrell did the vertical jump, which is a 37, and the broad jump at a 9, I believe, 9.7. So, like I say, not too many players far as D tackles and linebackers. It's going to be interesting to see what the receivers and quarterbacks, as far as Roman Wilson and Blake and JJ. So, other than that, go motherfucking blue.